All right, welcome to the BIG offices, Big Properties offices. The name BIG created about almost 20 years ago. And also, although we have several companies, BIG is the main company. And so this is our warehouse. This is where we store materials, appliances, and just whatever we need with our construction and renovation. And I kind of wanted to show you a few things. I talked a little bit earlier when we were at the bar, and I showed you the bar and the walk-in cooler and how it was antique, and how I brought in antique appraisers to come in and appraise it. And those two items were worth more than what we were actually paying for the building itself. So, you know, once you know real estate and you know your shit, you can make so much money in real estate, it's just ridiculous. And so this piano, I just wanted to point this out to you. This piano was in a package of 5 homes that we had purchased that sat side by side that were built in the 1800s. And so the guy who owned them passed away, and his sons wanted to sell them. The family did. So they had called me up and said, hey, we got these 5 houses. And their father had them filled from they were 3-story houses, filled from the basement up with just all kind of shit. I mean, it was a treasure trove for me. And I think that he sold like a lot of antiques and, you know, stuff like that. But when he passed, the family wasn't really interested in anything left in the properties. But one of the sons had told me, he said, hey, it's a piano in one of the houses that's been in there for about 75 years. And, you know, the story is it was brought over by a general during the Civil War. It was given as a gift. The general had came and visited the owner of the home then and gifted a piano to him. And so this piano, after I did some research, is made out of a very exotic and rare wood called rosewood. And you know, people over in China and different parts of the United States love rosewood. It's, you know, it's very, very, very hard to find, and like I said, it's very exotic. So I called up an antiques specialist and asked him to come take a look at the piano. And they did. They did a lot of work for me and gave me a report on it. It was made circa 1865, between 1865 and 1868. And so she had told me what it was worth in as-is condition and what it would be worth if I had it refurbished. So she gave me the telephone number to a company that refurbishes these type of pianos, and this is what you call a box style. But not only did I find the piano in the property, I also found some of the original sheet music with the piano, and I'll show you the dates on it. All of this sheet music here is well over 100 years old, about 140 years old, and I'll show you some of the dates on them. Now the copyright on this particular sheet music says 1913, but I do have some goes all the way back to like 1875. Kansas City, Missouri, and you can look on the date of it. It was published in the month of August in 1885. So I mean, this sheet music here is over 135 years old. And for me, that's, you know, I like that. I like to look back in history and see it, but to actually have the original sheet music from 1835 just, you know, is something else for me. So, you know, when you buying these properties and you're getting it renovating, I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars on just finding antiques, whether it be I found Fabergé eggs that I didn't think were real, turned out to be real. You know, pianos like this. Only 2 of them I found that was really worth something. And this piano is worth about $50,000 as is, and about $100,000 after it's been refurbished. So, you know, we got it here, and I'm thinking about getting it refurbished at some point and maybe just keeping it. I just like to have this piece of history, you know, and by it being well over 100 years old, I think it would be a good conversation piece, you know, whether it's in the office or and say one day I'll put it in the house somewhere. So we'll let you know how that goes once it's refurbished and show you the before pictures and the after pictures. But keep in mind, if you think you know found something in the house that you purchased, get somebody out to look at it. Send them pictures of it. If it has serial numbers, send that to them. I found old cameras that were worth a lot of money, pictures, paintings, chairs. I mean, all sorts of things that I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars on, in addition to the real estate. So I bought the real estate and still made money just on the contents of what was in the home when we purchased it. So keep that in mind. Over here, you know, we just keep materials, like I said, a bunch of new appliances for some of the homes that we're either flipping to home owner occupants or flipping to investors. So we keep a lot of used appliances. We get them cleaned up and use them again for our rental properties that we're flipping to investors. And we keep new appliances for homes that we're flipping retail to future homeowners. We also keep a lot of tools on deck, generators, and some of the tools, heaters, and assortment of tools that, you know, if our crews need something and they don't have it. I don't supply tools too much anymore. We used to have this whole warehouse filled with tools, but you know how people are when you stop working with them, they run out with your tools, they steal them, contractors. So we stopped supplying them. If you don't have your own tools and truck, then we don't even deal with you anymore. So that we don't have to worry about that headache. But up here we have an assortment of materials for homeowners or future homeowners where we can show them different types of tile, carpet. You know, you have some carpet that's $9 a square yard. You might have some that's $40 a square yard. So, you know, we have different materials depending on the purchase price of the house. That sets the tone of what type of materials we will use. Now, we can use cheap materials and still make it look like $1 million. So if somebody's approved for a $100,000 house, we could give them all the bells and whistles, but without blowing the budget and still making, you know, a hell of a profit on the deal. So we like to give people something to look to, you know, to look at and say, hey, I'd like to have those paint, you know, I like to have this color on the interior or exterior, so we keep paint charts. We keep different colors of siding. We don't really use too much vinyl siding anymore, but if we do, then, you know, a homeowner can come in, kind of pick out the colors they want if they've been pre-approved. Now, we just don't let people come in and pick out colors if they haven't been pre-approved for a loan, or, you know, some people are paying cash now. You got a lot more home buyers now paying cash more than ever, pulling money out of their 401ks or IRAs or other retirement accounts, or maybe a rich auntie or has given them some money or loaned them some money to buy a house. We deal with a lot of people too that come in and pay cash. I mean, I've had over the years people bring in $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 in a brown paper sack and pay cash for property, and nothing illegal about that. You just have to report the income. So yeah, we let them, and then we show them what type of roofing materials we use, you know, architectural shingles, and what type of flooring. We got about 80 different types of, you know, vinyl planking, bamboo, hardwood flooring, different shingles that we may use for the roof and what colors. We try to give them a lot of say-so if they want it, in what their future home would look like, including different granites or solid surface colors. Not all the time do we use granite. You can use soapstone. You can use several different solid surfaces to dress up a kitchen and just make it look fabulous. And so we give them those options. And we do a lot of design. We have a lot of design books. We let them flip through those, and you know, we get to it. But you know, like I said, they have to be pre-approved and ready to go with their loan for us to make those kind of concessions for a potential home buyer. Now, we talked at the project, you've seen a video of, we talked about like Timberline roofing, and Timberline is just a brand of shingles, but you got Certainty, that's another brand. But it's important to me. Your shingles on the house are super important, not just for the design, you know, when you're looking at it aesthetically, but also for, you know, what it can withstand, you know, rain, snow, and so on. So we let people, you know, we show them the differences of, you know, what they can, what we can use on, you know, their potential home.